The nation was left in shock today as billionaire Elon Musk made an unexpected and dramatic entrance into the halls of Congress, commandeering the spotlight during a live session. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO, known for his bold and often controversial statements, stormed into the chamber uninvited, taking everyone by surprise. Musk, dressed in his trademark black turtleneck and jeans, marched directly to the podium as murmurs rippled through the chamber. Members of Congress froze mid-session, their expressions a mix of confusion and disbelief. "I'm not here to waste time," Musk began, his voice cutting through the stunned silence. "I'm here to say what millions of Americans are thinking but are too afraid to say. Joe Biden is nothing more than a puppet." The room erupted into chaos. Democrats shouted objections, demanding Musk be removed, while several Republicans chuckled and whispered amongst themselves. The Speaker of the House tried to gavel for order, but Musk was undeterred. "This administration has been nothing but a disaster for innovation, for progress, and for the American dream," he continued, his voice growing louder. A visibly flustered President Biden, who had been sitting in the front row for a special address on clean energy, adjusted his tie and shook his head. "Mr. Musk, this is highly inappropriate," Biden said, attempting to regain control of the room. "If you have concerns, there are proper channels." Musk turned to Biden, his expression unyielding. "Proper channels? Those channels are clogged with bureaucracy and red tape. You don't lead, Joe, you follow. Every decision you make is dictated by special interests, not the American people." Gasps echoed through the chamber as cameras zoomed in on Musk's unrelenting stare. Biden, visibly irritated, stood and faced the tech mogul. "I've dedicated my life to public service, Elon. You don't get to waltz in here and lecture me." Musk smirked. "Dedicated your life to public service? Or to serving the donors and corporations that pull your strings? You've had decades to make a difference, and yet here we are, stagnant and falling behind." Democratic lawmakers rushed to defend the president, shouting over Musk's remarks. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez called Musk's comments disrespectful and dangerous, while Senator Elizabeth Warren demanded he be escorted out immediately. Meanwhile, some Republican members appeared amused, with one even clapping quietly as Musk continued his tirade. "I came here today," Musk said, raising his voice to be heard over the commotion, "because the future of this country is being sacrificed for short-term gains and outdated politics." Security personnel moved closer to the podium, but Musk raised a hand. "I'll leave when I've said my piece. The American people deserve to know that their leaders are asleep at the wheel." Turning back to Biden, Musk delivered his most stinging critique yet. "You've promised progress, but all you've delivered is bureaucracy. While China races ahead in AI and renewable energy, you focused on pleasing lobbyists and sticking to the status quo. Leadership requires courage, Joe, and you're fresh out of it." The chamber descended into chaos. Some lawmakers demanded Musk be arrested for disrupting the session, while others shouted for order. The speaker's gavel pounded relentlessly, but the noise only grew louder. Biden, now visibly angry, took a step closer to Musk. "You think running a company gives you the right to insult public servants? You don't understand the sacrifices it takes to serve this country." Musk shot back immediately. "And you don't understand what it takes to lead in the real world, where results matter, where innovation is life or death, and where excuses don't pay the bills." The dramatic showdown continued for several more minutes before Musk, flanked by security, finally relented and exited the chamber. Cameras followed him as he left, his parting words echoing through the room. "This country deserves better than leaders who bow to special interests. The future belongs to the bold, not the stagnant." As soon as Musk left, Congress erupted into a flurry of debate. Democrats condemned Musk's actions as a reckless stunt, while some Republicans praised his boldness. Social media exploded, with hashtags like #Musk vs. Biden and #Congress Showdown trending within minutes. Pundits weighed in on both sides of the aisle. Some hailed Musk as a hero for speaking truth to power, while others called him an egotistical billionaire trying to undermine democracy. Late-night comedians quickly jumped on the spectacle, parodying Musk's dramatic entrance with exaggerated skits and mock interviews. Meanwhile, Musk took to Twitter to double down on his remarks. "Leadership is about vision, not excuses," he tweeted. "America deserves better than being second place to China." His tweet racked up millions of likes within hours, further fueling the controversy. Biden's office released a statement shortly after the incident, calling Musk's comments uninformed and unbecoming of someone who claims to support American progress. The statement added, President Biden will continue to focus on real solutions, not distractions. The clash between Musk and Biden dominated the news cycle for days, sparking debates about the role of billionaires in politics and the future of American innovation. For many, the moment symbolized a larger divide between traditional governance and the disruptive energy of Silicon Valley. As Musk exited the chamber, the cacophony of shouting lawmakers and pounding gavels behind him seemed to fade, replaced by the flashbulbs of cameras and the roar of reporters waiting outside. Mr. Musk, what are you hoping to achieve with this dramatic display? One journalist called out, thrusting a microphone toward him. Musk paused at the top of the Capitol steps, turning to face the sea of reporters. What I'm hoping to achieve, he said firmly, his voice echoing through the crowd, is to wake people up. Our country's leadership is stuck in the past, and the future is slipping away. Inside the chamber, Biden sat back in his seat, shaking his head in frustration. This is a circus, he muttered to an aide, visibly annoyed. We've got serious work to do, and Elon Musk is out there turning it into a publicity stunt. But outside, Musk wasn't done. China is outpacing us in AI. Europe is leading the charge on renewable energy. Meanwhile, we're drowning in red tape and empty promises, he continued, gesturing toward the Capitol dome behind him. This building is supposed to symbolize progress, but it's become a monument to stagnation. Reporters scrambled to capture every word, live-streaming the moment to millions of viewers. Social media erupted, with hashtags like #MuskStormsCongress and #MuskVS.Biden trending within minutes. Supporters praised Musk's boldness, while critics accused him of arrogance and disrespect. Meanwhile, inside the Capitol, Democratic lawmakers huddled to discuss their response. We can't let him hijack the narrative, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said, her voice filled with urgency. This is about undermining democracy, plain and simple. Republicans, on the other hand, appeared divided. Some, like Senator Josh Hawley, applauded Musk's audacity. He said what a lot of us have been thinking for years, Hawley told reporters. It's about time someone called out the bureaucracy holding this country back. Others were more cautious. Musk's comments are valid, but storming into Congress uninvited sets a dangerous precedent, Senator Mitt Romney remarked, clearly uncomfortable with the chaos unfolding. Back outside, Musk's impromptu press conference continued. I'm not here to disrespect anyone, he said, his tone softening slightly. But respect doesn't mean silence. Sometimes you have to disrupt the system to make it better. The divide in public opinion became increasingly evident. Musk supporters rallied outside the Capitol, holding signs that read, "The future needs Elon and no more puppets." Nearby, counter-protesters gathered, chanting, "Billionaires don't make policy." Late-night comedians wasted no time turning the incident into fodder for their monologues. One skit featured a parody of Musk barging into a fast food restaurant and demanding to redesign the drive-through system. "It's inefficient," the actor shouted, mimicking Musk's dramatic tone. Biden, attempting to regain control of the narrative, addressed the press later that evening. Leadership isn't about theatrics, he said, standing behind a podium with the presidential seal. It's about rolling up your sleeves and solving real problems. That's what my administration is focused on. But Musk, never one to back down, took to Twitter immediately after Biden's remarks. Rolling up your sleeves? More like rolling over for lobbyists, he tweeted, attaching a video of his earlier speech on the Capitol steps. The post garnered millions of likes and sparked a new wave of debates. Political analysts on cable news were split in their assessments. Musk is shining a light on the failures of our government, one commentator argued. He's forcing a conversation we've been avoiding for too long. Others were less charitable. This is nothing more than a billionaire throwing a tantrum, another retorted. It's a distraction, plain and simple. The incident even caught the attention of international media. Headlines like "Musk challenges Biden in Capitol showdown" and "Tech billionaire disrupts U.S. politics" dominated newspapers and websites around the globe. In China, a state-run news outlet mocked the spectacle, calling it a sign of Western decline. Back at Tesla headquarters, Musk's employees watched the drama unfold with a mix of admiration and concern. "This is classic Elon," one engineer said, shaking their head. "He doesn't pull punches, but sometimes I wonder if he thinks about the fallout." The fallout was indeed significant. Congressional hearings the following week were dominated by discussions about Musk's accusations. Lawmakers grilled officials on AI policy, renewable energy investments, and America's standing on the global stage. Is Musk right? One senator asked bluntly. Are we falling behind? Musk's sudden political intervention also reignited debates about the role of billionaires in shaping public policy. Critics argued that his wealth gave him undue influence, while supporters claimed his success made him uniquely qualified to address systemic failures. As the dust began to settle, Musk announced a new initiative, the American Future Fund, aimed at funding innovative technologies and lobbying for streamlined regulations. If Congress won't lead, I will, he said during a live-streamed announcement. The move drew both praise and skepticism. Some saw it as a genuine effort to drive progress, while others dismissed it as a vanity project. It's a PR stunt, one political analyst said. He's trying to control the narrative. Biden, however, refused to let Musk's criticism go unanswered. During a town hall in Pennsylvania, he fired back. We're working every day to create a better future, he said. But that future belongs to everyone, not just the richest among us. The crowd cheered, but the tension between the two men remained unresolved. Musk, ever defiant, tweeted later that night, "The future belongs to the bold, not the bureaucrats." As the controversy grew, the pressure on Congress to respond intensified. Democratic leaders scrambled to address Musk's accusations, organizing a press conference to reassert their agenda. Standing at a podium flanked by key party members, Speaker Nancy Pelosi addressed the nation. Elon Musk may think he understands governance, but running a government isn't the same as running a company. His actions today were disruptive and disrespectful to the democratic process. Republican lawmakers, meanwhile, were divided in their responses. While some, like Senator Ted Cruz, praised Musk for speaking truth to power, others worried about the precedent his actions set. It's one thing to criticize the government, Senator Mitt Romney said in an interview. It's another to storm Congress uninvited and create chaos. Musk, however, seemed unfazed by the backlash. In a series of tweets that evening, he doubled down on his critique of Biden's administration. Progress is being throttled by outdated policies and political games, he wrote. America deserves leaders who actually lead. The fallout wasn't limited to Capitol Hill. Across the country, Musk supporters organized rallies to show solidarity with the billionaire's message. In Los Angeles, protesters held signs reading "Innovation over politics" and "Let Musk lead." Counter-protesters, however, were quick to respond, chanting slogans like "Democracy, not dictatorship," outside Tesla showrooms. Late-night talk shows continued to satirize the incident, with one popular host reenacting Musk's dramatic entrance into Congress, complete with fake security guards chasing him down. Elon Musk has gone from building rockets to launching into government, the host joked, earning laughs from the audience. As social media buzzed with debates, analysts noted the polarizing nature of Musk's actions. Some argued that his boldness highlighted legitimate concerns about governmental inefficiency, while others warned that it represented a dangerous encroachment of billionaire influence on public policy. In a surprising turn, former President Donald Trump weighed in on the controversy during a rally in Florida. Elon Musk, smart guy, great guy. But you know what? He's right about one thing. Joe Biden is a puppet. We all know it. The crowd roared with approval as Trump linked Musk's critique to his own grievances against the current administration. Meanwhile, Biden's allies worked overtime to counter the narrative. Vice President Kamala Harris appeared on a popular morning show to defend the administration's record. Elon Musk may have his opinions, but let's be clear. This administration is delivering real results for the American people. The controversy also reignited debates about the ethics of billionaires using their platforms to influence politics. On one hand, Musk supporters argued that his success gave him a unique perspective on innovation and progress. On the other hand, critics saw his actions as emblematic of unchecked privilege. This is the ultimate power play, one political commentator remarked. A billionaire walking into Congress and calling the shots? That's not democracy. As the days went on, the incident became a defining moment in Musk's public persona. His supporters celebrated him as a maverick unafraid to challenge authority, while his detractors painted him as an overreaching egotist. Both sides flooded social media with hashtags like #MuskTheDisruptor and #KeepMuskInTech. Within the tech industry, Musk's actions sparked a heated internal debate. Some CEOs privately applauded his boldness, while others worried it would paint the entire industry as reckless and entitled. He's playing with fire, one Silicon Valley executive said anonymously. This could backfire on all of us. International reactions poured in as well. In Europe, leaders expressed concern over Musk's critique of U.S. governance, with one official calling it a troubling display of ego-driven politics. In China, state media framed the incident as evidence of Western decline, claiming, even billionaires are turning against their government. Back in Washington, the focus shifted to Musk's newly announced American Future Fund. Lawmakers demanded transparency about the fund's goals and sources of funding. If Musk wants to play in the political arena, he needs to play by the rules, Senator Elizabeth Warren declared during a press conference. Musk responded with a pointed tweet, "The only rule I follow is progress. Bureaucracy isn't progress. It's the opposite." As tensions escalated, Musk sat down for an exclusive interview with a major news network. When asked if he regretted storming into Congress, Musk replied, "I regret that it had to come to that. But sometimes you need to shake things up to make people pay attention." The interview drew millions of viewers and reignited the debate. Pundits dissected Musk's every word, with some calling him a visionary and others labeling him a disruptor with no regard for protocol. Meanwhile, Biden's approval ratings took a hit, particularly among younger voters who resonated with Musk's calls for innovation and efficiency. Polls showed a sharp increase in public interest in tech-driven governance, with some even suggesting that Musk could have a future in politics. Rumors began swirling about Musk potentially running for office, with speculative headlines like, "Could Musk be America's first tech president?" dominating news cycles. Musk, however, dismissed the idea in a tweet, writing, "I prefer building solutions to playing politics." Despite his denial, the speculation persisted. Supporters launched grassroots campaigns urging Musk to run, with slogans like Musk 2028, building the future. Critics, however, warned against conflating business success with political leadership. In the weeks following the incident, Congress held a special session to address some of Musk's criticisms, particularly regarding AI and renewable energy policies. Lawmakers from both parties acknowledged the need for reform, though opinions varied on how to proceed. Biden, eager to reclaim the narrative, announced a sweeping new energy initiative aimed at bolstering America's competitiveness in green technology. "We're taking bold steps to ensure America leads the world in innovation," he declared during a televised speech. Musk, however, remained skeptical. In another viral tweet, he wrote, "Bold steps or baby steps? Time will tell." As the dust began to settle, one thing was clear. Musk's dramatic entrance into Congress had left an indelible mark on American politics. The incident became a symbol of the growing tension between traditional governance and disruptive innovation, forcing the nation to confront difficult questions about its future. Even as the media frenzy subsided, the debate sparked by Musk's actions continued to shape public discourse. Whether seen as a hero or a provocateur, Elon Musk had undeniably changed the game.